ignorance is bliss. When I started making Machinima 3 years ago, I was completely unaware of who came before me. Yes, almost as clueless as Hollywood is today.
Machinima? What the hell is that?
Well, Mike, Machinima is real-time animation. It uses the graphics engine of a video game.
Although he is an experienced climber, this trip seems to be too dangerous for him.
And in the past few years, Second Lifers have added to the growing number of quality films. Some are hilarious.
My family was torn apart by a barbecue.
Some are visually stunning. Some are plain creepy. Machinima is not only a fantastic tool for the virtual storyteller, but perfect for the next generation social issue filmmaker. New York City-based Global Kids works with teenagers in their after-school leadership program. Their latest production, Discovered, filmed on the SL Teen Grid, tackles international sex trafficking.
My Aunt Bella invited me to America for a job opportunity. Photo shoot, actually, and if they like me, I'll be famous.
Thalia from Mexico gets lured across the border, facilitated by a negligent customs officer.
Are these ladies carrying any plant or meat products? If so, I'm gonna have to ask them to dispose of them.
When she ends up in an American prostitution ring, Thalia's plans to flee are met with resistance by the other girls.
Stop crying. If they hear you, we'll all get whipped. Is that what you want?
Law enforcement intervenes, but Thalia is missing. Only her diary is found. Despite this evidence, the ringleader challenges prosecutors.
We both know this won't lead to nothing.
And so, Discovered does not serve up your typical Hollywood ending.
I'm sorry, officers, but for now, we'll have to close the case.
My colleague on the SL Teen Grid, Bernie Beagleisen, recently spoke to the director of Discovered, 17-year-old high school student Chris from Manhattan. Bernie?
Thanks, Draxtor. Yes, director Chris says working on Discovered was eye-opening.
I always assumed that child sex trafficking would be something far away from home, like somewhere in Russia or China.
Chris's team of about 20 teenagers chose the topic themselves. He says complaints about his generation's alleged complacency are unwarranted.
This upcoming generation got this charisma to do special things in the world. Eventually, we're going to be running it. We have to get involved, not just sit back and see what happens.
That games and virtual worlds provide a space for teens to productively work through serious issues is nothing new for Rick Panganiban with Global Kids. He says producing Machinima
challenges young people to see themselves not just as consumers, but creators of media, and then spread that out using their own social networks.
While Global Kids use a variety of digital media platforms, they keep coming back to SL.
It gives you an unprecedented amount of control from the set to interactions between objects. In terms of empowering somebody to be a junior filmmaker, you really couldn't ask for a better tool set.
Panganiban says exposing every participant to all facets of production is key at Global Kids' virtual video project.
Coming up with the script, voice acting, creation of the avatars, the post-production, they would leave the project knowing that they could do every single aspect of the filmmaking project.
And Discovered even made it to the big screen. In July 2009, the Machinima was shown at the Sony Wonder Museum in Manhattan. Back to you, Draxtor.
Thanks for that report, Bernie. So, on the one hand, Machinima is democratizing cinema, but on the other, Hollywood is still throwing millions at superstar directors? Huh. You know what, Mr. Cameron, are you among these Na'vi role players here by any chance? Mr. Cameron, we need to discuss where the train is headed, okay? My colleagues and I, we're here to help. Mr. Cameron?